Bad Bob the Blues Chef. I get the blues, I cook the food. I'm here for Angeli's with our weekly recipe. This is my chili relleno casserole that's gonna blow your mind.
What I'm going to do today is show you how to take this bowl of fresh ingredients and turn it into this delicious meal. These are individual recipes that are part of my Mexican Fiesta series. You can use them together or by themselves. Look for special deals on many of the ingredients at Angeli's. We can find everything we need right here. For the chili rellenos, we'll need 4 poblano peppers, corn on the cob, fresh cilantro, cream cheese, shredded jack and cheddar cheese, and eggs. I already have all the spices I'll need. For the sauce, I'll pick up 2 pounds of tomatoes, a large white onion, and a habanero pepper. If they're not available, or if you can't handle the heat, you can use a jalapeno pepper instead. Hi, I'm back from Angeli's. I've got everything cleaned up and ready to go. First thing I want to do is take the poblano peppers and the tomatoes. I'm going to put these about 3 inches underneath the broiler, and they're going to get black and crispy. We're going to turn them over. We're going to let them get black and crispy on that side, and then we're going to put them in a plastic bag, and we're going to let that steam for about 10 or 15 minutes. The peppers go in the bag, tomatoes don't. Now for the stuffing, I'm going to start off with the cheese that we picked up at Angeli's. I got some Crystal Farms shredded cheese. It's a good buy. It was on sale, I think, this week. That's why I bought it. I got some mozzarella and some sharp cheddar. And I've got about probably a half a pound that I've combined the two. And we're going to use this new Fachel cheese. It's a third less fat than regular cream cheese. So this is going to be less fat than most chili rellenos you're going to have by far. And you'll see why as we go along. There's various steps that make it that way. Okay, so now I'm going to add this piece of corn. Now you can use frozen corn if you want. That works well too. You don't even have to thaw it out. Just throw some in there, half a cup or so. Now we're going to need the cilantro for the sauce and for the stuffing. So I'm going to cut this all up and use about half for each. I've got some Hungarian hot paprika here. You've probably seen it on the shelf if you don't have some in your pantry. I'm going to give it a couple good shapes. Okay. Some hot red pepper. It's cayenne. And this is cumin. This is one of the things I really love having in here. It really just sets it off. While that's happening, I'm going to start the sauce. I'll put some extra virgin olive oil in here, about a couple tablespoons. Okay, now I'm going to take these onions and I'm going to put them in this extra virgin olive oil on high heat, and I'm going to cook them until they're nice and black almost. Dark brown. These tomatoes, I'm going to let these cool off for a minute. And then I'm going to peel them and put them in the blender along with some habaneros. Actually, just one habanero. One of the hottest peppers there is. But if you take the seeds out and you use it sparingly, you can get its dramatic flavor, and just about everybody can enjoy it. Okay, now it's time to take care of these peppers, and we'll finish this meal up. Now that I've got these nicely cleaned, I took out the stems and the seeds, and also the skin. I'm going to take my stuffing that I made, and I'm going to stuff these. If you don't want to take all the trouble to take the poblanos, maybe you can't find poblanos, maybe it's in the wintertime and they don't have them, you can go and you can get some Ortega chilies from the store. From Angeli's, they're right in the Mexican food section. You get 2 or 3 cans of these, and you take these and you use them instead. You don't have to bother with browning them and taking the skins off and all that stuff. And then instead of, if you don't want to brown the tomatoes and burn them under the oven, you can get Hunt's makes fire roasted tomatoes. Get some Hunt's diced fire roasted tomatoes with the onion, just like the other recipe, but you don't have to deal with peeling the tomatoes. So there's are 2 easy way outs with Hunt's fire roasted tomatoes and Ortega cheese at Angeli's. What I do now is I add the cilantro. And all the rest of the cilantro goes right in here. And this just gives it the most spectacular flavor. Okay, here is the beautiful sauce. Okay, I mentioned that this chili relleno is low fat. It is in comparison to most chili rellenos you're ever going to have. One of the reasons is that I take out some of the egg yolks when I use my scrambled egg mix. Instead of using 2 eggs for each one of these rellenos, which would be 8 eggs, I'm going to use 10 eggs, but 4 of those I'm going to take out the yolks, and they're going to be just the whites. So that's going to cut down on the fat and the cholesterol substantially. I'm going to put them into this 10-inch non-stick saute pan with some cooking spray, and I'm going to put in my peppers. Let's go. Now I'm going to place my beautiful stuffed peppers into the eggs. I want to space them evenly so they each have a nice amount of scrambled eggs around them when I serve them. I don't want the eggs to burn, so I pull back and manipulate them like I'm making an omelet. The oven is set at 400 degrees. and I'm going to set the timer for 25 minutes. At that time, I'm going to top it with some shredded cheese and put it back in until the eggs are fully cooked, probably about another 10 to 15 minutes.
Wow, would you look at that? Is that something? That is just what I was hoping for.
I'm going to find the individual rellenos and cut them into 4 different pieces. I've got a beautiful piece right here. Look at that. That is a spectacular chili relleno dish, folks. And now some of our wonderful red sauce and some low-fat sour cream. You don't need full fat with these flavors. And top it with dried red chilies. Now, isn't that a thing of beauty?
Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed our recipe today. For Angeles Foods, I'm Bad Bob the Blue Chef. Thanks again.